In HR, in business, in our professional lives, we're going to have a lot of crucial conversations or critical conversations or just hard, there's just hard topics out there, whether it's asking for a raise, having to, give employee discipline, needing to tell someone that you need to relocate, right? Those are all crucial conversations. And how you prepare for them and how you deliver the messaging and go into the conversation is actually the most important piece to having a successful critical conversation. So what I mean by that is the best way to go through the process of the critical conversation is to go in and separate yourself from the actual result or how the other person may react. First off, you need to go in there and applaud yourself for one, being willing to have this conversation, because basically there's some boundary within yourself that has just either been crossed or is just misaligned. So before you decide oh man, I really want to talk about this, it's bothering me. If you feel like, hey, I still feel a certain way about this, I need to talk to someone, then the best way to do it is think about that person the way that you're thinking about yourself and go in there to listen and ask questions, right? When you go into that crucial conversation, you don't want to go in there and demand or impose your will. Why? Because you're never going to influence somebody to see your side of it. And any empathetic person or someone who really wants to help you is going to want to listen and want to be helpful as long as it doesn't violate what they believe their reality of self is. So if you go in there curious and you ask yourself, hey, or you ask the other person, let's just say it's a conversation on, well, let's use salaries, right? A lot of people feel like they want to raise. Hey, right now my salary is at 120K and I would like to see it go up to 150K. How would I provide 30K more of value in the organization? If I was able to, is that something that's possible that we can budget? If so, what would be the process for that? Now I've given an open floor for somebody to explain to me what's the process, or, well, there's no process for that. Okay. Well, how would I make 30K more in this organization? Right? At the end of the day, it's not like they're just slapping 30K your way. It's 30K. And that 30K comes from literally the revenue that comes in minus the expenses, minus all these things. So a lot more money than 30K has to come in. So you're going to have to figure out, like in your organization, if you have access to it, hey, if I brought in 200K more of business or 200K more of value, would I be able to potentially earn 30K or 10% of that? If so, how? Versus going in and saying, I believe I deserve a 30K raise. Why? Well, I did some market research and I've been interviewing, and the people down the street, they pay 30K more. So if you don't give me 30K more, then I'm likely going to just go down the street. You giving me no choice but to say hey, I'm sorry. I just, what can I do? Then it's a no. I guess I'll write you a great, note. I thought you were a great employee or whatever it may be. They're not going to really be able to help you. But if you come at them in a way, well, how can I provide enough value for me to earn 30K in this organization? The answer may be there's no way to do that. But if they answer that and there's no way to do it, then you might want to push back and say, hey, well, is there a chance that we could, because myself and several other employees, when they're thinking about getting raises, we love this organization, but we are starting to get more senior. We are starting to see everything grow around us. We want to know how we can participate in that growth. Now you've created a conversation where maybe that 30K will come from either a bonus at the end of the year that the company decides to do. Or a profit share that they may install inside the 401k. Now we're getting creative as an HR person, right? And we're spreading goodwill across the organization and fostering a new initiative for, hey, this is what the employees want. That right there is how you have a great critical conversation versus going in and imposing your will. I hope that was super helpful. And I think you'll be really surprised what critical conversations can do for you.